The Geopolitics, 12th of May 2023, Balancing Act of a Friendly India and a Hegemonic China in Bangladesh. China has been utilizing a variety of divide-and-rule tactics to get neighbors to turn against one another as part of an all-out campaign against the Indian subcontinent. Concerns and questions regarding the effects of increased competition between China and India in the region, especially Bangladesh, have plagued South Asian nations over the years. However, Delhi had an advantage over China because it hosted more than 10 million refugees and was the lone ally in the War of 1971. Although India's military intervention was crucial to the establishment of Dhaka, Washington had the resources to offer the necessary developmental assistance in the immediate aftermath of independence. Due to Beijing's growing economic presence in Bangladesh and the consequent change in bilateral relations, India risks losing influence compared to Beijing today. Due to its high-rate debt-trapping loans, Beijing is now viewed by many in Dhaka as an all-weather friend, in stark contrast to the ties during the independence movement and under Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's leadership. The Awami League government has found it challenging to engage with both countries in a hyphenated manner due to simmering Sino-Indian diplomatic and military tensions and a struggle for influence. However, Bangabandhu's foreign policy principle of friendship to all and malice towards none regarding India's and China's courting is here to stay. However, this approach could become much more difficult in the future. Bangladesh currently holds the distinction of having the region's fastest-growing economy. Considering that China is the second-largest armaments exporter, where it has also invested billions, and considering that the Chinese government is pushing for the tech-intensive industry at home, her significance for China is market-oriented mainly. This has resulted in the labor-intensive businesses in China gaining more support to move their production facilities to a country that also lies atop the crucial sea route of the Bay of Bengal, which is essential to the maritime Silk Route of the Belt and Road program. In addition to being India's largest economic partner in South Asia, Dhaka is significant to India since she is the country with which she has the longest border. This makes Dhaka essential for Bangladesh's security, including containing the northeast insurgency, stopping the flow of people and drugs, and deploying forces through the Siliguri corridor, located north of Bangladesh. Dhaka is also essential for developing the northeast and its integration with the rest of the country by utilizing the territorial access it is granted. Regarding political engagement, both countries have friendly relations with Sheikh Hasina as their leader. Still, Delhi has an advantage because the Awami League has always forged close links with all parties, excluding a few minor irritants, regardless of the party in power in the South Bloc. Also noteworthy is that the current Prime Minister and her sisters received sanctuary after Bangabandhu's murder. Regarding economic influence, China has supplanted Delhi as the largest trading and investment partner, has funded several expensive, debt-trapping energy and connectivity projects, and expects to invest $40 billion as part of BRI. However, there are some challenges with the program in Bangladesh, including high lending rates, expensive projects, and labor problems, all prominent in the Pay Report Development Project. Beijing may have funded the most significant infrastructure projects, but due to India's geographic advantage, connectivity initiatives financed by the country have eased cross-border trade and human movement while supporting community-centric development. Another benefit for India is that she frequently co-hosts the microphone with Bangladesh at multilateral gatherings like the Indian Ocean Rim Association, IORA, and the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, BIMSTEC, which exclude Beijing. Dhaka is aware that, in the face of competition, it must take advantage of the economic and technological heft of both South Asian powers. The evolving nature of ties is evidence of this. Dhaka's goal is to become a developed country by 2041. To do this, she also understands the value of achieving equidistance, as seen by some of her choices. For instance, just a few weeks after granting access to India, Bangladesh handed China access to its busiest port. Beijing and New Delhi had invested in renovating the Monglan Pay Reports. The government promoted the project as part of the Bangladesh-China-India-Myanmar Corridor, BCIM, and the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. Dhaka's most recent draft of the Indo-Pacific Outlook also strongly emphasizes engagement with all pertinent regional and extra-regional players to accomplish its connectivity, the blue economy, and human security goals while avoiding geopolitical rivalry. With the announcement of this policy, Bangladesh, which has extensive ties to both China and India and is eager to attract more foreign investment, is likely to see increased engagement from its two rivals as they assess the costs and benefits of the areas covered by Dhaka's Indo-Pacific Outlook. Bangladesh's challenge is to manage the two traditional allies to prevent tensions between them from spilling over into her own country, as it did recently when India gave a submarine to Myanmar, Dhaka's troublesome neighbor, after Bangladesh bought 2 submarines from China. However, because of Dhaka's shrewd diplomacy, the African saying, "It's the grass that suffers when the elephants fight," is not yet applicable in this trilateral equation.